Good morning, everyone. That is the sound of Porter waking up as well. He was a little bit poorly in the night, bless him, so I've been cleaning up after him this morning. I'm not sure what's wrong with him. You alright, my boy? I'm not sure what's wrong with me either. I'm feeling a little bit coldy today. I've been taking regular lateral flow tests and it's not COVID, thankfully. But I think my PT session is going to have to be a little bit more, what's the word, gentle on me today. I'm doing my PT session today with the Vaha. I know that so many of you were interested in seeing how this was done, and I'm going to show you this morning. I've done one of these already and I loved it. It's such a great way to like have a personal trainer, basically, especially if like in times like this when we don't know what's happening. It's such a great way. So it is 6:30 now. I'm going to go downstairs, turn on my Vaha, and they will call me, and we're going to get started. And basically I'm going to tell you like all of the things that I love about it already. But let's get downstairs. I need some water and I need to wake up a little bit because it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm a little bit sleepy. So let's head downstairs and get cracking with the day. So it's basically pretty much the same. You just turn it on, wait for the machine to power up. There is my booking today, 6:30 to 7:30 with Rachel, and I've trained with her before. She's amazing. So I'm just gonna wait for her to give me a call and we're gonna get going. So I've got some of my equipment ready and Rachel is gonna be calling me on my Vaha here, and I am ready, pretty much ready to go.
And what I was saying is we'll do a warm-up and then we'll do some conditioning and then into a circuit. And then depending on kind of how you're feeling, if you're feeling a bit crappy, you can scrap it and just go for a cool down. But there is a little finisher to the shot.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, cool, let's warm up. We're going to start with some cool down. So I want you to put your head back. Walk back to behind me. Walk back in and stand up. Last time. Yeah, that's it. Nice. We're going to do 6 more. Next one is squats. I want you to go for a normal squat, and then I want you to step out into the side lunge, and then come back in. Full squat, and step out to that side lunge. We're going to do the 3 exercises. The first one will be bridges and coming down to the ground. Exercise number 2, we're going to go straight into your crab walk. So that's come up. One squat, so not super deep, just a nice little bit of those things, and then a step up to the side. Third exercise, bring the back on. We're going to do one, so find your toe, walk it back like that, walk it back in, tap your toe, back in. That's it, perfect.
Oh, it burns.
Walk out, press away from the ground, get your eye contact, walk back in, tap your toes, and straight back out to the eye. 3, 2, and 1. That was your exercise stuff. We're going to come back and do the wall again. More exercise. Good. Keep looking against the knees. Press your knees down. Last one, up, and then roll all the way down. You're beautiful, nice.
I'm like,
You do it. Put that way back into your heels. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Into the instrument. So have your toes and that straight out. You're going to sit down, bring back your right, the knees up, and then drive up. Do 40 seconds of work, and then 20 seconds of rest. You go 3, 2, and 1 off the bonus. That's you put nice and drive up nice. Snap back through the margin. Roll it back one more. And press that shoulder weight down into the middle. So 3, 2, and 1.
I do more of the weight stuff because I never really know what I'm doing with the weight stuff. So then on my classes, I'll do cardio because it's just a no-brainer. I use you for your knowledge. Amazing, thank you so much.
No worries, see you last.
Have a lovely day.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. So I'm so glad that I did that PT session despite not feeling 100%, and I think that that is one of those things that is good about it being digital, is that I don't have to worry about if I've got like a cold or anything. By the way, I have just done a lateral flow test just to double check again, and I'm negative. Both of us are, and I haven't tested positive once, so it's definitely not COVID, and I don't actually have any COVID symptoms. But if you don't want to give someone a cold, which I never want to give anyone a cold.
Apart from me, I love giving one.
I do love giving you a cold, that is my favourite pastime. But doing PT sessions digitally works really, really well. And considering we have the world's worst internet, it works so well. And it's just nice to have everything in one app, and she can also track what I'm doing on my classes that I'm doing. So she was like, oh, I'm seeing that you're doing lots of like stretching and things like that, and lots of like cardio, so would you prefer to do cardio? I was like, no, actually for PTs I really like to have you come with all of your like technical abilities and tell me what like weights to do to target this area and that area, but then I'll just do cardio by myself because otherwise I think it's a waste of time, unless I needed like motivation to do cardio, but I definitely don't need motivation to do cardio. So yeah, I'm just such a big fan, and it has been the one thing to actually get me working out in the gym because I love being able to track what I'm doing. I love the variety. Bar classes have completely stolen my heart. Like, I love them. And the thing that I find is that if I'm not doing a PT class with Rachel, I often... What is that on the grass?
On the left?
Yeah.
Mushroom.
Oh, big mushroom. If I'm not doing a class with Rachel, I'll go down and I'll do like a cardio class.
No, there's a squirrel and a mushroom.
Well, no, I saw the squirrel, but that's a...
There's 2 squirrels.
Oh, there's 2 squirrels!
But that is a mushroom. So somebody was telling me the other day that a mushroom actually comes from the root of a tree. Yes, so
there's like some kind of... I covered this in my foraging class. Yeah, there's like this
well deep.
Yeah, there's this like, they almost call it like a nervous system. I can't remember what it's saying. Yeah, that connects everything underneath the ground.
Yeah, mushrooms are apparently really important.
Yeah. Anyway, slight detour there. But if I go down and I'll do like a cardio class, I'll often afterwards be like, well, I'm down here, so I'm gonna do like a bar class and do some body weight exercises. And then I'll do like a meditation or a yin yoga to like stretch myself out. So I end up doing like 3 classes. So it's really, really good. And I find, like I said before, so easy to use, and just, I love the sense of community and everything that kind of comes with it. There's now a pheasant in the garden. It is literally like Animals of Farthing Wood in our garden today, which, by the way, was one of my favorite programs. But I will link my previous video about Vaha in the description box down below if you want to go and see that. I'll also link where you can shop the Vaha, because they have 2, which I think is really good as well. They have their big one, which is the one that I've got, which is their most expensive one. And then they have a smaller one, which does all of the same things, but it's just smaller, and it's like half the price. So you've still got the benefit of it being a mirror. You've still got all of the interactivity of the mirror, but it's in a smaller, more compact sort of kit. So it's, I think, really, really good value for what it is. It's not attached to any singular piece of equipment, because I looked at things like, you know, like spinning bikes and rowers that had these kind of integrated community-based fitness systems, and it just didn't make sense to me. It just didn't make sense. I don't like being tied to one piece of equipment. So I'm just a huge fan, a huge fan, and I feel really lucky that I am such a fan that I also get to work with them. So yeah, it's just really lovely, and I know that lots of you were so interested in the PT aspect of it, so it's really cool for me to be able to show you that. I have wrapped this one up like a little sausage burrito. He's got 2 coats on and a harness. We're having him measured today for his Equa fleece. The only thing that I'm worried about is he doesn't like things going over his legs, like jumpers and things like that. So where you going, mate? It is absolutely beautiful outside. Look at that, it almost looks like it snowed. Ali has agreed to come on a walk with me this morning. I struggled with Porter yesterday, so this is also what I do, and it's really important, like it's a really important part of my morning. Getting up early by 6:30 and training, and then I'll go out and walk Porter straight afterwards because it just gives me the time to, and I'm motivated to. So it is a bit cold at the moment, so we're just making sure that he actually wants to go for a walk. But we're just gonna try and take him for a little walk down the lane, and then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna make myself my ginger and lemon tonic. I've been saying I'm gonna do it for ages, and I think now that I'm not 100%, I definitely need to make some, so that's what I'm gonna do. The sun is just coming up. It should be a lovely morning, and I have about 1 million layers on. I bought these fleece lined leggings from Amazon. They were about £9 and they are absolutely amazing. I actually put them over my leggings because otherwise I'd feel like I was jiggling all over the place because they're not very supportive at all. But they are absolutely amazing. I got a black pair and a brown pair and I am in love. So cozy. Let me see if I can show you how cozy they are. Can you see how cozy they are? No, you can't, but they're basically like a fleecy jumper on the inside, and that is the key to enjoying your dog walks, is having enough layers to keep you warm on your walks. So hats, gloves, I would always suggest a field jacket. I've got 2, one that's really oversized, which is my shuffle one, and that means I can get loads and loads of layers under it. Then I use my Purdy one for more sort of like smart attire, so I don't need so many layers under it. And you have many layers on, my angel puffin. Oh, honestly, I just wonder if there's ever going to be a day that I don't look at my animals and be like, I am so lucky. Like, I am so lucky. Look at you. Look at you licking the floor. Such a weirdo. Yes, you, Monsieur Pollybottom. Oh, we're going to see if you want to go for a walk. Because I know you do love your walks. But if you have another Pollybottom, we're going to take you to the vets, okay? Okay. Got a very beautiful morning. The sun just coming through the trees. Oh, perfect. We've got some giant frosted hogweed in this field here. Does it look beautiful? This one is doing all right at the moment. I think the 2 coats might be working, but we will find out when we head across the fields there, because that was where he stopped yesterday. He was like, nope, mummy, not today, Satan. It just never gets old. No. I hope you don't mind
seeing the same fields.
Seeing the same fields where we live all the time, but at different seasons, because honestly, I can't help but want to share it because it's just so wonderful.
It looks like a painting.
It does.
Sheep with the sun touching onto their side.
Oh, it doesn't look real. Wow. Well, I am up and dressed, and whilst it looks like I've probably just got up and dressed after I did my workout the other morning, it has actually been about 4 days. So I think that my body has got so good now. Do you remember I always used to get ill? But I think my body has got so good at fighting it that like my body was just fighting and fighting whatever this cold was that I had, and then it just kind of reached its pinnacle and I had to spend about just over 24 hours in bed and just kind of recover from it, and I'm much better now. Now it's just at that stage where I like wake up in the morning and I like feel it a little bit more, but it's been such a long time. I just, when I first started getting a little bit snotty, I was like, oh, it'll be gone in a few days, and it's been like 2 weeks. It's so weird, but feeling much better now, and I'm ready to kind of get back on things, because I feel like there's nothing like a setback when you're like getting back into your sort of healthy routine, and I definitely had a setback with that. So what I need to do today is, we're going to head off to pick up some more stuff for the house, finishing what I started in my last video, but I also need to finally make my ginger and lemon tonic, because I've been saying I'm going to do it for ages and I haven't, and so many people are tagging me like, Lydia, I can't remember what your ginger and lemon tonic is. I'm like, right, even though it's on my blog and you can search it on my blog, I'm going to do it on here as well and just start prepping loads of stuff, because I've been doing as much working out as possible and trying to keep as active as possible, and I really want my diet to like be like enjoyable most and foremost, but I want to be getting as much goodness in me all the time as possible. So it's really going to become a bit of a focus for me, just making like eating really well and eating good stuff much more convenient, rather than just going and grabbing a packet of crisps basically. So yes, I am snug as a bug. I'm wearing my Kate jumper, which is just so snuggly, and then my Lauren Manugian, who knows, little sort of cardigan coatigan thing. I've got some leggings on and my Theory boots, which broke the internet. I'm in love with them, they're so comfortable. And we are just about to head out to pick up a few little bits and pieces and then come back and do some prep, I think, for the week ahead, because I've got quite a busy week next week. It is approaching that point where we are prepping for the next collection from Karen Millen, which is really exciting for me. I've got a meeting here tomorrow, so hopefully either in this video or the next video we will get cracking on that. So I will be able to show you a little bit more and just take you along, because I feel like I've really found my rhythm with showing my processes and input within this, and I definitely feel like you guys understand a little bit more that, as always, I'm just not someone that just puts their name to something, and much to, I'm sure, like the team's dismay, sometimes I can be a bit difficult, but it's because I'm just passionate about bringing you something that you love as much as I do. So yeah, I think I've really found my rhythm with sharing what we do and how we develop and how the collections come about and the whole entire creative process. So it's an exciting week, a very exciting week, and that is my plan of action. So I'm going to get my husband. He's doing what I asked him to do a long time ago. He is cleaning out the fire pit, but anyway, you're cleaning out the fire pit.
What's done it, and then it's just all crumbled. So.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that. We've taken Porter for a lovely walk this morning. It was very muddy. Oh my goodness, it was so muddy. He had to have a bath as soon as he got home. Bless him. We are back from the garden centre. It took us a lot longer than we envisioned because there wasn't really much of a delivery at our local garden centre, so we had to go somewhere else. But we have our ferns, they're all in the utility room at the moment, and the really good thing is that there's a little bit more information about them, but one of the reasons why I was really excited to have some ferns around the house is because they are like air purifiers. I know that lots of plants pretty much do that. That is what plants do. But I think ferns, more than anything, are really good at purifying the air. So they had these special ones inside that Ali picked up. But that aside, I am ready to finally get cracking on my lemon and ginger tonic, and it's really difficult. I've linked the recipe from my blog in the description box down below. You can make as much or as little as you want. This is basically all your ingredients. You just need fresh ginger and lemons, and obviously water as well. You generally need like 100 grams of ginger, and then I think it's like 6 lemons to, I think it's 500 ml of water, but all of it's on my website. Let me just get it up on here. Yes, so 100 grams of ginger into 500 milligrams of water, milliliters of water. Bring it to the boil and leave it for 45 minutes, and then add 3 lemons and run the mixture through a sieve to remove the grated ginger. So you don't have to like peel the ginger and get rid of the skin or anything, because it's just going to be run through a sieve anyway. I often double up and do like 200 grams of ginger, a litre of water, and 6 lemons, so that I've got more because we go through it so quickly. You can have it as like a shot if you want. That's something that we often do, is just have it as a shot, because it's a really nice kind of like zingy wake up. Otherwise, you can use a shot measurement, but add more water to it, so it's a bit more like a tea. You can have it cold. In the summer, I will always have it cold with like ice. And in the winter, I'll have it hot like a tea, or cold for a shot. You can kind of make it up as you go along, but it's just a really nice zingy pick-me-up. That's basically what I call it, like my ginger and lemon tonic pick-me-up. It was my reflexologist who told me about this, and it has been something that we kind of do a lot, but I've fallen off the wagon with it. So I've been meaning to mix it all up. I make it from scratch, and I'll even make up bottles for like friends and family, because I just think it's such a lovely gift to make when you've made it yourself. So I'm gonna get cracking. I do not grate this using a grater. I shove it in the Thermomix, and that does the job for me because it's super quick. So I'll break it up into little bits and shove it in there, and then pop that in the water basically. So I'm gonna double up. I am gonna do 200 grams of ginger, 6 lemons, and a litre of water, just so that we've got extras, because I know that Mr. Millen Gordon loves it just as much as me. So I'll cup a little apron. This is something that I always feel like, as it's a Sunday, I always think it's like a really good thing to just do, like leave a few hours on your Sunday to do all of the sort of prep for the week, and then you're so glad when you come to it, because you're like, I was so prepared. So anyway, now that I've stopped gloating about how prepared I am, let's get started on the ginger. I think this might be 200 grams, but... And just like that, we have grated ginger. Literally took me 6 seconds. So I've added just over a litre of water, because I've got about 250 grams of ginger in there. And I'm going to bring that to the boil. As soon as that water's boiling, I'll turn it off, let it sit for 45 minutes, add the lemon juice. Bob's your uncle. I also finished my, well, I've ordered my 4th book of 2022. I can't believe how many times I said 2020 in my what I got for Christmas video, but 2022. I've ordered my 4th book. I'm currently reading my 3rd book. Well, listening to. This is like audiobooks and like physical books combined. And I finished a physical book last night. I was reading The Paper Palace, and I have to admit, it got me completely hooked, but the ending, I just felt like it kind of went, so I don't really understand what the ending was about, but I did really enjoy it, and I was up until 3 o'clock last night because I just had to finish the book. But I do feel like the ending let me down a little bit. But I've ordered my new book, which is by Carol Drinkwater, and I think it's called The Olive Farm, set in the south of France, and it sounds really up my street. So I ordered that today. So as you can tell, one of the things I'm doing is reading more. Since I read the book about not using your phone so much, it's given me a lot more headspace to read books, which I am very, very happy about. But with Audible books, I bought Ali an Audible subscription for Christmas as well. And I think what I'm gonna suggest to him is that we like read the same books, like not at the same time, but like we're both reading them at the same time, but at our own pace, because I think that's really nice. At the moment, we're currently working our way through Mo Gaudat's Solve for Happy, and it is such an amazing book. Like, you know when you have one of those books where you just like send it to everyone? That is what I'm doing at the moment, because I think it really does like make you understand happiness. And just again, I'm all about understanding the power of thought and thought processes. And once I think I've said this before on my channel, but once you have control and like understand that you control your thoughts do not control you, I feel like that is what true power really is. Like, power doesn't come from like an air, it's power over your mind. And this is really kind of all about that, and it's how you can, in most cases, obviously I'm not speaking about like in terms of mental health or anything like that, I'm talking about mainly just if you find yourself in a place where like your thoughts are just overwhelmingly negative all the time. And I think probably everyone's been in that place before. It's really, really interesting. And one of the things that I actually listened to on one of Mo Gawdat's podcasts was when he talked about a lady, and he was like, and this lady said to him, you know, you can't solve like my unhappiness. You don't know what I've been through. And so he listened to her story and listened to what she'd been through. And it happened when she was like 17, and she was now 77, and she had spent her entire life stewing over this thing that happened when she was 17 or whatever, and she'd wasted her whole life just because her thoughts could not move past the thing that happened to her. And so it's just all very interesting to me, and it's really lovely because when both Ali and I listen to the same book at the same time, we will go on our walks or we'll sit at dinner and we'll like discuss the books, and it's really lovely. So I think that's something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like find books and I'll be like, should we read this one together? Because I've really enjoyed doing it with this particular Mo Gawdat book. I will put it in the description box as usual because I love it when I find a book, and sharing that with you brings me so much joy, because I just think that I know how much so many of you loved, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was one of my favorite books ever. Oh, my dad is here. Yes, Bodhi! Grandma's here! The Sweet Spot, that was one of my favorite books ever. Oh, we're bubbling over because we're talking too much. Yes, Bodhi. Anyway, I hope you like the book. It's a long one as well. Shush, Bodhi, shush. Yes, it's a long one, so I hope you enjoy it. And I'll link it down below. I just love sharing these books with you anyway. And I love thinking that maybe you might find information in them that helps you or whatever. It's just lovely, lovely, lovely. Anyway, Grandpa's here. I've taken the tonic off the heat and I will let it stand now for 5 minutes. You shush. Look at this ferocious beast. Yes, ferocious little tongue. Oh. Oh. My dad has brought around our Christmas present, or part of it. We also got a rice cooker, but he seems to think that we needed some wine as well, so he's brought us a selection of some of his favourite white wines for us to have a little try of this evening. Obviously, my healthy living does not include not drinking wine, because that would just be boring. So we're going to be trying these this evening. He's also found a box of my old things in their attic, and I have no idea what's in here, so this could be very, very interesting. Could also be trash, could be interesting. My dad has just gone, and this lot are
Lumi's in the hammock,
snuggling in here. My dad actually brought over my old memory box from when I was younger, and it had lots and lots of memories of like past boyfriends when I was really young, guys that I like dated, and stuff from school, and it was intense. Very intense. So funny as well, just like the things that you think are important when you're that age, just, it does make me laugh. There's one picture I was very, very heartbroken over an ex, evidently. But still, it's so funny. I thought I'd like lost all of that stuff, but my dad's basically having a big clear out at his house, and he found this box. And because there was a time period when I didn't like have a fixed address or anything, so I've got like stuff in my mum's garage, stuff at my dad's, stuff at my grandma's, so I keep like discovering bits that I've like looked after and saved from my past, and it's very, very funny. But my dad basically brought over some of his preferred bottles of wine as a gift for Christmas, so we were just tasting some of them. There was a Sancerre that was very, very lovely in there, and actually ended up using one of my like wine preserving Ujimi flips as well. They've got like this pump thing, which is actually really quite cool, and it's actually very easy to use. Ali's bought me one in the past, which we haven't actually worked out how to use yet, but basically you just stick one of these little corks in the top, and then it sucks the air out. You just pump it, and then this were the fruits of my labour. This is the ginger and lemon tonic that I made, and we'll probably either have this as a shot or a tea in the morning tomorrow morning. I'm having a good hair day. I've swapped back to my old barrel, the one that's like, it's not a GHD, I think it's like the £30 one. It's really funny, I feel like I go in phases, like I'll look at my hair when I use the other tool and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was better. And then I looked back at my hair when I used this one and I was like, oh, that was really nice. I quite like the bigger waves. I just can't decide. I tried the really small one of the GHD the other day and I didn't like it. It didn't, for my first video back, I did my hair with it then. My hair looked awful. It did not look good. But no, I think I'm gonna use this one for a while because I feel like it gives my hair a lot more like body. So yeah, I'm loving that. Anyway, we've had a pretty chilled evening and pretty chilled day. I haven't managed to pot the rest of my ferns. I promise you, this is not a fern fan club channel or anything like that, although I have just gone around spritzing them with water. But I did want to show you what it says on them because these are some of the ferns that we got from the garden centre today. And basically it says air so pure on them because these are a specific type of fern, I'm guessing, to have inside that will help with oxygen in the home. So we've got a really lovely big one and then some smaller ones. I also picked up some ivy. Sorry, this is like my indoor potting station at the moment, so please ignore all of the vases and everything everywhere. This is like where everything gets shoved so that it's out of the way. But yeah, I just thought this was fascinating. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how absolutely unfair this is? I feed you 3 times a night when you wake me up, and I walk you all the time. Both of you are traitors. Look at that. That schnoot, he knows exactly what he's doing. And you, Miss Sassy Pants, I know that regular watchers will be fully aware of how full my heart is that they can sit like this and just be completely content.
She's like leaned back into it, it's like squashed into her
chin.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm very happy. Very, very happy. So yeah, I know I'm pretending I'm jealous, but in reality, just seeing them all sat there makes me very, very happy. So I don't mind being on my own over here. It just means that we can get another puppy. Hello, sister. Monsieur Snoot. Hello. And Madame Pissy Pants. High five. We are up and out and ready for the day, and we are about to have a hopefully spectacular sunrise. It has just gone 7:30. Let's do this tortellini. Let's go. Definitely can't see how beautiful the sky is behind me because it completely like overcompensates for it, but at least you can have me in focus and my red schnoz because it is so cold out. But I have learned so much about nature and the seasons, especially as someone who was always so in love with the seasons. I've learned so much. Like, I'd say that I can hear all the birds. The geese! What was he? Lots of Canada geese. I'd say autumn winter is definitely the season of sunrises. I'm sure there are some spectacular sunrises during spring and summer, but you have to get up at like 4 in the morning for them. And as much as I love them, maybe I will, who knows. But spring summer is the season of sunsets, I would say, and it's just so blooming wonderful. If you follow all my vlogs, you'll know that this little tunnel of trees on our road obviously changes with every season, but the drastic difference is just unbelievable. Like, this is just a canopy of green usually. Now it's not very clear. You often see a lot of deer through here because you can see through now. But these are our first proper winter walks, aren't they, Portaline? You weren't really into the walks last year when you were small. If you think about it, we'd only had him 2 weeks this time last year, so he definitely wasn't going on walks then because he wouldn't have had his vaccines. But he definitely took a good few months to find his stride with dog walks. Now he's found them. This morning he was running out of the door, but yes, I'm up. I have been up for a good few hours. Got up, I actually woke up with my alarm, which is brilliant. It means I'm starting to like condition myself to the new alarm. And I was up at 6, having a coffee in bed and ready for the day. I've already worked out, which is good. I did a sort of like strength and cardio training on the Vaha, which was amazing. I also have a new training regime that I need to look at that Rachel did for me, my PT. So I'm gonna go through that when we get back, because I actually haven't had a look at it yet. But just so many healthy habits that I've adopted already this year. And it's not like I feel like I'm struggling to do it. I genuinely feel like happy about it. So yeah, it's all good. Such a lovely positive start to the year. Magic in the sky is mostly gone now. This one wasn't feeling a 5k today, so we're doing a little 3k along the main road so he doesn't get muddy, because when we go across the fields, if it's wet like this, he gets absolutely caked and we have to wash him, which makes our morning routine much longer. But I've popped some stories up of the sunrise this morning, and I know that Ali wasn't able to come with me today, and I know he'll be very jealous. I can see him watching them like, oh. But this is my equivalent of like a ice shower. I just get out into the icy cold and perks me up. Right, we are up and dressed, and I've kind of gone for comfort today, so I've popped on one of my tulle skirts from Amazon just to be comfortable, because I've got a busy day, because behind me is the next collection. Oh my goodness, this is just too much. I've literally just had a route through the rail, and it is very exciting. Some of these pieces, oh my gosh, I want to wear them all now. Wow. Anyway, so I'm dressed, hair's done. I'm using the big barrel again, and I think it looks better. But what I want to do is go downstairs and check on my Vaha and just see. I've not actually had a system put together, like a, what did she call it? A plan, that's it. Rachel, my PT on the Vaha, is she's put together a plan for me basically, and I've not gone down and checked it just yet. So I want to see what she's got in store for me. And basically all I said to her was that I like girly fitness. So I'm not like, oh, when I'm like must lift heavy. Like, no, I really like girly fitness things, and I don't like burpees, shoulder taps, or what's the other ones I don't like? Loads of other things. But she was basically like, if you see them in there, you can do something different. So she's given me a list of other things that I can do instead of like the burpees and shoulder taps and whatever. So let's go down, have a look, and then I think the Karen Millen team will be arriving. We are going to be having a big try on session, because this has been such a learning process, these collections. And to get it to a point where I've got every single sample there. Like, we are 2 weeks out from shoot and I have every single sample there for me to try on in my size, which is so important, because the fit and the feel of these things, it's important for me to feel how you guys are going to feel in them to a certain extent. So I've obviously asked all of the fit models how they felt. That's so important when we have the ladies that are different sizes to me trying these pieces on. I want to know how they feel. And so now it's my turn, which I can't wait. So we're going to be going through that today, and some of these items are, I almost think of this as like, it's kind of a bit like my heirloom collection, because there is such inspiration, and these pieces are, like I said, like, I want to create things that you keep in your wardrobe and you wear and you wear and you wear, and so many of these items are exactly that. And the craftsmanship. This is something that I'm so proud of Karen Millen at the moment, because before they were bought, I really feel like they lost their way a little bit, and the team that now are behind Karen Millen are focusing on the craft and the talent and the creativity that goes into every single piece, and they're creating the most magical stories, including my collections in this, on how these pieces come to life, from the factories to the ateliers. Like, it's honestly just such an incredible story to be a part of. So like, this collection to me feels like a collection of wardrobe heirlooms that you will like pass down, and that's not something that always excites me in my wardrobe. It's like passing some of the pieces down later on in life, hopefully. But these are exceptional. Anywho, I've got to get this done before they come down, because preparation is key in all of my like fitness stuff. It's what I'm realizing at the moment. Preparation is the key. So I'm gonna head downstairs and have a look. Hokey cokey, definitely not dressed for the gym, but okay. Today is a rest day. Ooh, that's really good, even though I definitely didn't rest. Whoops. I have a new personalized training plan. Okay, so today was a rest day. Tomorrow, my plan from Rachel is to do a full body sculpt for 29 minutes. Has she suggested? Oh, it's with Hattie, my favorite. Amazing. Okay. And then on Wednesday, I have another rest day, which is great. And then Thursday is full body cardio. What has she picked for me? So I've done one of this girl's classes before. She's not one of my favorites to do classes with, but we've then got yoga flow. Oh, I haven't done anything with this particular instructor. And then we've got full body ignite, which I definitely have not done. And then Sunday is a rest day. Ooh, I've not done anything with this lady as well. So I've got lots of personalized things for me to do, and I love that she's even factored in rest days. So really, really cool. And I love that she can do this for me and put together what she thinks I should be doing. That does make me very, very excited. And also just having it pre-planned as well means that I know what I'm doing the week ahead, so I can plan around it rather than just going to my Vaha and just picking any old random class. I've got my entire week laid out for me, so I can get up and I know that I need to have 30 minutes in the morning spare to do my workout, or 45 on Thursday, etc, etc. So very, very cool. I'm very, very excited about this. And I just think it's brilliant. Really, really cool to have everything in one place like this and to be able to tailor make everything to me. And here we have it. Right, I am set and ready for the meeting to commence in my dressing room, which is super exciting. I thought I'm just going to show you some of the pieces now, just to give you a bit of a sneak peek and to talk you through some of them, because they're up and coming and can't give everything away. But to show you one of these pieces, which I am incredibly, I am in love with this piece so much. This is the dream day dress. It is the most beautiful, 100% cotton, so really lovely, kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for, like beautiful, breathable, natural, but still quite casual. Like, I love a day dress. I love a dress that I can put on and be in my home and still feel absolutely beautiful. When we were dreaming this dress up, we wanted to bring back a style from one of my previous collections, but pop it in this midi length. We were going to go for a sort of androgynous men's shirt style blue, this really elegant, timeless blue that sits well with more earthy tones, like a good tan handbag, for example, or a tan belt. But when I was looking at it, I was like, do you know what? I think that these inserts, they need to be contrasting because they're such beautiful detail. In this particular blue, let's make them stand out. And it has absolutely worked. I was so worried. You know when you kind of pipe up and you're like, I've got this idea, work with me here. And I'm in love with it. I think this is one of my favourite dresses we've ever made. It's got the tie waist, but you can obviously swap it out for a waist belt. And it comes in other lengths, and I think we even have, yeah, we've got a blouse as well. So lots of drama in the sleeves. Look at the pin tucking and the covered buttons. This is a real kind of signature for the By Lydia collections, is that pin tuck detailing, covered buttons. We like to go in with those, but this, like, I honestly, I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. So that's one piece. Oh gosh, what do I show you? I'm going to show you, what am I going to show you? Okay, these trousers, I have to show you. The romance of these trousers is just everything. So we wanted to go for a real romantic, but something slightly different and dramatic. So this blue background really makes the rose pattern that we featured in this collection just unbelievable. The detail, the weight of the fabric, the movement, and these are something that I love because you can wear them so many different ways. You can wear them with heels, you can wear them with sandals. Like, imagine these in like the south of France or Provence or Ibiza with, like, you could wear it with a crop top to contrast a really relaxed shirt. This is just, it's just a piece, isn't it? It is so incredibly beautiful. I'm in awe. I can't wait to wear this with a really beautiful, like, relaxed linen shirt. But there is a shirt to match. So this is like an outfit, but I wanted to show you the blouse to match as well, because you can wear it like a really elegant jumpsuit as well. Imagine this at like a wedding, something like that. Just so beautiful. There's drama in these sleeves, of course. The fabric is absolutely stunning. Covered buttons, big cuffs, pin tucks, pleats, and the most romantic pattern I think I have ever seen. This just makes me think of falling in love in France, or with France, or whatever, but falling in love. And this blouse has the most beautiful shoulder rolls, so it really gives it structure and elegance, but drama as well, which we do love in these collections. So this is just everything. I've got a really itchy nose. And again, the blue on this sits really wonderfully alongside these kinds of colours. This is what I wanted. All of those neutrals and things like that, I want them to really work across more colourful pieces as well. So we really consider everything, every kind of element that's going into these pieces is so exciting. And, oh, my little tinkles there. One of the things that I want to say is that throughout my collections, we really are like championing using, stop talking like this, we're really championing using more natural and higher quality materials. However, you do have to pay attention, and this is something that I feel like a lot of people don't consider, which is probably something that maybe I didn't consider. Quite often in more, like higher end fashion, you'll realise that the fabrics that they've used, they're not necessarily cotton or silk or anything like that. Sometimes that fabric is not appropriate for the job that you want the fabric to do. If you're wanting it to hold pleats and be washable and wearable, it's really important that you use the right fabric. So with pieces like this, it may not be quite so possible to use the fabrics that we would use on other pieces, but that's because they're doing a very specific job. It doesn't mean that the craftsmanship, the care, the design, all of those kinds of things haven't gone into them. It actually means that we've considered it so much that we want you to be able to wear this easily without having to worry about the fabric not doing what the fabric is supposed to, not moving in that certain way, and not performing, essentially. So just something to consider, because it is something that I see, and I think that it's very easy to throw those kinds of things around, but once you are on the design process end, you understand so much more. So that's one more piece, and then this one I have to show you because it makes my heart sing, because the beauty in this. Now I know that this particular design is something that Abby has worked so hard on to bring to life. The sleeves, like, look at this detailing. There is just the most wonderful, I'm trying to show you because I can't get there we go. The most wonderful but subtle detailing to this dress. I love the sort of unstructured pin tucking to this. It's not supposed to look perfect. It's supposed to look like this is a piece that you found at a wonderful, like, vintage clothing store. All of this lace is inspired by vintage details, and as usual, it is just perfect. We colour matched this shade of green to my favourite sage green shade, obviously. So this is just a bit of a special piece for me, because I feel like when we were dreaming this up in the meetings, it just kept getting better and better. And so to see it here now, it does come in another colour as well, but to see it here now in all of its beauty, I'm just too excited. Anyway, I'm not showing you anymore. I'm not, because I can't bring myself to do it, okay? I can't leak it all first. Another thing that I've got arriving today, which is a bit of a personal order, is I actually did a beauty order, like a wellness and beauty order, because I always find it quite motivating to treat myself to some beauty bits. I'm obviously in my job sent a lot of beauty items, and it takes a lot for me to then go and spend my own money on it because I'm surrounded by it all the time. But there will always be items that I'm like, oh, I begrudge buying it because I have so many different options, but there are always pieces that I need to be purchasing for like beauty and wellness. And so I did an order, and I thought we could unbox that when it arrives, because I've ordered some really, really lovely things I think that you guys will like as well. All with my own money, just as an FYI. These things I'm putting my money behind, which I think is really important for me to share a lot more of moving forward, because I think that it's more important that you understand that I love so many products so much, and if that helps that I'm paying for it and not being sent it, then that is how I'm going to do things as much as possible moving forward. A lot of the time I'm very intrigued by new releases, and I don't realise how amazing they are until they arrive, and that's sort of something that you have to factor in when it comes to our jobs, is that otherwise I wouldn't try anything new, because I'd be like, well, I'm happy with this, but I do like and enjoy trying lots of new products. So that's sort of that side of it. But anyway, me blabbering on. I've bought some beauty bits, and I'm very, very excited to share it with you all. So we are gonna unbox that. I'm gonna get ready for my meeting now, because I've got 20 minutes and I think I just need to have a little bit of a sit and recoup and go over my notes, ready to sit down with the team. Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Ali Gordon is currently frisbeeing Porter's food into the freezer. Literally. Anyway, I've not got any makeup on because I've just gone to see Dr. Ayad for top-ups of treatments, which we're going to talk about. Okay, we're going to talk about in another...
Chocolate truffle.
No, thank you. So this is what Ali does. Ali wants a chocolate truffle, but he also wants me to have a chocolate truffle, so he doesn't feel so bad about having one.
I was offering you up a chocolate truffle.
He wants a chocolate truffle.
Champagne truffle, actually.
Champagne. Ali has just got food out for Porter and Sarah, who is one of Dr. Ayad's like assistant lady. She's kind of the brains behind orchestrating all of the diaries and things like that. She made some little liver treats for Porter for us. She's so sweet. But yeah, I'm going to be talking to you about some treatments that I've been having. So watch this space. But Portellini is down there. Lumi is somewhere, probably eating, because she just doesn't stop eating at the moment. But Ali's on chapter 5 of Mo Gawdat's book, and I am on chapter 4. And so
I keep on outsmarting Lydia.
So Ali has been sharing his knowledge with me all evening, but also been slightly jealous because I actually received a voice note from Mo Gawdat today, because I shared his book the other evening, and was slightly fangirling. But anyway. My order has arrived. I actually ordered from Cult Beauty, which I have not done a Cult Beauty order in quite a while. But basically, I just wanted to buy some beauty bits that were just going to help with a little bit of self-care, and also some bits that I like. So one of the things that I ordered is the Wellco Super Elixir. Now I really like this, and if you have it with coconut water, it actually tastes really, really nice. It doesn't taste that nice on its own, but mixed with coconut oil. So I'm going to add coconut water. Basically, this is a daily health supplement formulated using a combination of 45 naturally derived ingredients, including whole foods, herbal extracts, vitamins, minerals, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted like a little sort of extra pick-me-up. I love this kind of stuff. It makes me feel good, and yes, that's why I got that. So that's a little thing for me. They do a protein powder as well that I used to use, and it's really good. Then I stocked up on not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of Olaplex number 8. Basically because it does wonders for my hair as a like mask and intensive treatment. Oh, there's stuff missing from this though. Did I take the weights off, or they sent them separately? That's very strange. Let me just check this, because I could have sworn. Here we go. Oh. They must have sold out. I put these little ankle weights on there, and maybe they sold out, or did I delete them? How very interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna order those ankle weights because they had some really nice ankle weights, and I thought for when I'm doing my bar classes, just to add a little bit of extra something, I did that. So then, the bits that are left, I ordered this from the Nuco, which is a vitamin D supplement. So you just spray it onto your tongue. 100% of your daily vitamin D in 3 sprays. supports immunity and nutrient absorption. We make supplements using ingredients that do not harm people or the planet, using the best in nature and in science. So I don't know if I've ever tried anything from this brand, but I'd finished my vitamin D supplement, and at this time of the year, when there is not, I'm sorry, but there is a small gentleman just staring up at me there. I just literally glanced down then, I was like, oh. But yes, I've not tried this before, but I've finished my other one, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna order that little healthy well-being supplement to kickstart my health journey-esque. Then I obviously experienced Aurelia for the first time at Time, and I saw that they had a perfect sleep pillow mist. Now, Ali and I do not go to bed at night or get up in the morning without spritzing our bed sheets with a pillow mist of sorts. And I thought this one would be quite lovely, having never used it. Oh, that is lovely. Of course it is, because this is not just lavender, this is neroli, lavender, geranium and chamomile. I am going to say this now, this is the best pillow mist I've ever smelt. Hands down, the best. Oh, babe, you're gonna need to smell this pillow mist. We're gonna have a field day with this. The party is going down in our bed. This smells amazing. Have a whiff. How nice is that?
Smell it.
Could you not smell it?
A little bit.
I think that's amazing. It's got neroli, chamomile.
It smells like it smells licorice.
Licorice-y? No, that doesn't. You're a very bizarre man.
Do I smell again? Straight from the bottom?
Yeah, because you're wasting it and you're...
I won't spray it anymore.
But all the animals are everywhere. It's got essential oils. You shouldn't spray this when they're around.
It smells nice, but I don't know if I would say it's the nicest.
That's by far the nicest one I've ever smelled. Watch this space. We're going to spritz it on the covers, and he's going to go, oh, that smells amazing.
It's alright.
No, that is beautiful. Putting the neroli and the geranium and the chamomile with the lavender, genius. Don't listen to him. And then the final piece is this Clé de Peau Beauté lipstick. You will know that I am a very, very big fan of the Clé de Peau lip products, especially their lip glorifier in shade Coral. I literally have them everywhere. Look, literally to hand, literally right there in my drawer of, like, if I need something on my lips with a bit of colour, this is always in my drawer. It looks really intense and scary, but actually it's like the perfect corally sheen to a lip. It's lovely. Mostly use that for spring and summer, to be honest. So I thought I'd try something else. Very expensive. This was £50 for a lipstick. So this looks like the lipstick version of that, so slightly more pigmented, I'm guessing. Oh no, this is very strange because that looks very similar. I'm gonna have to try this on for size. So this is like a sheer lipstick, so maybe more pigmented but not as sheer as the lip glorifier maybe. But anyway, I love their lip products, so I thought I'd give it a try. But that's pretty much everything, although I thought I had more because I ordered the weights, or thought I ordered the weights, but clearly did not order the weights. So here we are. But that's what I got. Some lovely little bits for like wellness, but also loveliness. Can't wait to spritz this on my pillow later. And that's that. So anyway, I'm going to finish this vlog here, and I will pick up my vlogging camera again very, very soon. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, and that's it, I guess. Bye.